24 college students, healthy, kind, normal, split into two groups at random. Half become prisoners, half become guards, locked inside a fake prison in a college basement. 6 days later, the experiment has to be shut down. The year is 1971. A psychologist at Stanford University named Philip Zimbardo wants to answer one question. Why do good people do evil things? He puts an ad in the local newspaper. Male college students wanted for a study on prison life. $15 a day. 2 weeks of your time. Over 70 young men sign up. Zimbardo tests every one of them. He picks the 24 most normal, most stable, most healthy young men in the group. Then he flips a coin for each one. Heads, you are a guard. Tails, you are a prisoner. He wants to prove that what happens next has nothing to do with who they are, only what role they are given. The prison is built in the basement of the Stanford Psychology building. A hallway becomes the yard. 3 small offices become cells. Each cell has 3 cots and a locked door. There are no windows, no clocks. The lights stay on all day and all night. At the end of the hallway is a tiny closet. This will be called the hole. On a Sunday morning in August, the experiment begins. Real police officers drive to each prisoner's home. They knock on the door. They handcuff them in front of their neighbours and put them in a squad car. Some of the prisoners think it is a mistake. All of them are scared. They are driven to the fake prison. They are stripped naked. They are sprayed with fake delousing spray. They are given a smock with a number on it. A chain is locked around their ankle. From now on, they will not be called by their names, only by their numbers. Then they are locked in the cells. The guards arrive that same morning. They get uniforms, wooden batons, whistles, and silver-mirrored sunglasses so the prisoners can never see their eyes. Zimbardo tells them almost nothing. Just one rule. No physical violence. Everything else is up to them. Then he leaves the room. The first day is quiet. The guards feel awkward. The prisoners crack jokes about the smocks. Nobody really knows how to act. Zimbardo starts to think his experiment is going to fail. Then comes day 2. At 2:30 in the morning, the guards blow whistles to wake the prisoners up. They line them up in the hallway and force them to shout their numbers over and over. Any mistake means push-ups. The prisoners are furious. By morning, the prisoners rebel. They barricade themselves in their cells. They push their cots against the doors. They rip the numbers off their smocks. They shout insults at the guards, and the guards panic. So they call in every other guard for backup. 9 guards against 9 prisoners. They grab a fire extinguisher and spray freezing cold gas through the cell doors. They force the prisoners back, they strip them naked, they drag the ringleader to the hole and lock him in the dark closet for hours. They take the beds out of the cells as punishment. And in that moment, everything changes. The guards realize they have all the power, and they start to like it. They come up with a system, they pick a few prisoners and move them into a special cell. They give them back their beds, better food, time to wash. Everyone else gets nothing. Then, without warning, they switch the good prisoners with the bad ones. Now nobody knows who is being rewarded and who is being punished. The prisoners stop trusting each other. They start turning on each other. By day 3, the punishments get creative. The guards make prisoners do hundreds of push-ups. They stand on their backs while they do them. They wake them up in the middle of the night, over and over. Count off. Push-ups. Back to bed. Count off again. Push-ups again. The prisoners barely sleep. They take away bathroom privileges. If a prisoner needs to go, he has to ask permission. Sometimes the guards say no, he has to use a bucket in his cell. Sometimes they refuse to empty it. They force the prisoners to clean toilets with their bare hands. They strip them naked at random and stand them in the hallway for hours. Prisoner 8612 breaks first. 36 hours in, he starts screaming and crying and cannot stop. Zimbardo, still thinking like a scientist, tries to talk him into staying. The prisoner goes back to his cell. He comes back an hour later, worse. His mind is breaking. Zimbardo finally lets him go. The next day, a rumour spreads that 8612 is going to come back with friends and break the other prisoners out. The guards move everything to a different room. They wait for hours to ambush him. Nothing happens. The rumour was fake. But when they come back, they are furious that they were tricked. They take it out on the prisoners. Prisoner 819 breaks next. He refuses to eat. He curls up on his cot and cries. The guards line up all the other prisoners in the hallway and make them shout over and over, "Prisoner 819 is a bad prisoner." 819 hears every word through the walls. When Zimbardo goes to release him, 819 refuses at first. He says he has to prove to the others that he is not a bad prisoner. Zimbardo has to remind him that he is not a prisoner, that he is a college student, that none of this is real. By day 5, the prisoners are unrecognizable. They shuffle when they walk. They call themselves by their numbers even when nobody asks. They stop trying to escape. Some of them stop talking altogether. They just do whatever the guards say. The guards are unrecognizable too. They walk with their chests puffed out. They swing their batons for no reason. The cruelest of them, a young man the prisoners nicknamed John Wayne, invents new punishments every shift. The other guards look up to him. None of the kinder guards ever try to stop him. And Zimbardo? He has stopped being a scientist. He is now the prison superintendent. He worries about escapes. He worries about the reputation of his prison. He has forgotten these are just kids in an experiment. On day 6, a young researcher named Christina Maslach comes to visit. She has never been in the basement before. She walks in and sees prisoners with bags on their heads being led down the hallway in a chain. She sees a guard screaming at a boy for no reason. She sees Zimbardo watching all of it and treating it like a normal day. She runs out. Zimbardo follows her. They have a fight in the hallway. She is crying. She tells him, "What you are doing to these boys is a terrible thing." Zimbardo tries to defend himself. And then, mid-sentence, he hears himself, and he realizes she is right. The next morning, he shuts the experiment down. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. It lasted 6 days. Later, Zimbardo will call what happened the Lucifer Effect, the idea that good people do not become evil because of who they are. They become evil because of the situation they are put in. Give a normal person a uniform. Give them power. Give them permission. Give them someone to look down on. And a shocking number of them will do terrible things. Not because they are monsters, because the system pulled them there.